And now, once again, it's time for an amazing episode of The Dangerous Darren Show, featuring T.S.
It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Black Rainbows. Brand new music of the Black Rainbows, T.S. We've been having 2-day rule for a while, but I think it's time to change it up.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
That song is called Worth the Fall, brand new music from the Black Rainbows. You can go on anywhere you get digital music and find the Black Rainbows, good friends of mine. All money goes to an exceptional cause, the Black Rainbows.
Uh-huh. And
yours truly,
the Dangerous Darren Foundation for
drinking
beer and booze. Cheers to you.
It is the Dangerous Darren Show. It's on Adobe Radio, but you know that because you're listening to Adobe Radio. We do thank you. My name is Darren. That is TS.
Yeah, what's happening, people of the world? Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Adobe.
You look handsome, T.S.
Thank you.
Got the green Fred Perry on. Looks pressed. Looks clean.
It's freshly dry cleaned.
You look, look and smell fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Courtesy of the good folks at Dr. Squash.
Yeah.
Without them, you'd be a dirty piece of crap.
Well, my shirt would still be freshly laundered, but I'd probably be stinking it up without Dr. Squash.
It would be good. Hit us up on the Instagram and hit us up on the Twitter and the Facebook as well, at DangerousD_show, at DangerousD_show, both on Twitter and on Instagram. You can find us on Facebook. We're on TikTok. We're everywhere, TS, wherever in the world. We're everywhere in the interwebs. We got a great show. Everybody. TS can be found on the gram at Burn Hollywood Burn.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you have Burn Hollywood Burn. That is really good.
Well
done.
I love that name. I'm keeping it. I've got it on all platforms.
When you had it, were you like, oh my God, I can't believe no one has this yet?
I was like, I can't believe I got this.
I wonder if the Public Enemy has seen it. Like, we should probably get Burn Hollywood Burn.
I follow Public Enemy.
You should.
And Chuck D.
They're absolutely brilliant. You can find me on the gram if you're so inclined at Darren Pfeiffer. Dangerous Darren Show 252, July the 5th. It's July, TS. It's July.
Already,
yeah. July
Damn,
the 5th,
dude.
2021, the year of our Lord, Jesus Christ.
Oh,
You know, T.S., I bought this cup of coffee today at Starbucks. You can see it's Starbucks.
Yes, I see the classic Starbucks face lady logo.
The cup holder, and then the cup itself.
Yep.
Starbucks, from Moby Dick, of course. And it cost me $3.75
for that cup, for that small, or tall, as they say.
It's a tall.
Yeah, it's a tall in Starbucks. Mm-hmm. You used to work at Starbucks.
I did. I stole many $.
Like
many a money.
I remember. This was like 25 years ago.
This was 1994.
Yeah,
93.
I remember.
You used to come in and I'd give you free muffins.
Everything.
As many espresso shots or cappuccinos or lattes as you wanted.
I'd leave wired. I'd take the bus down Beverly
from your place. From La Brea and
I would skate occasionally
Beverly all the way at 5 a.m.
Yeah.
To the Beverly Center, which is 2 massive city blocks. We're talking like a mile and a half.
That's far. It's more than 2 city blocks.
It's 2 major city blocks. I'm talking major blocks.
Well, yeah, for sure.
Like I'm talking Fairfax to La Brea as a major city block.
From La Brea to Fairfax.
I'm not talking Fairfax to Orange.
It's actually 1 mile.
From Fairfax to La Brea?
Yeah.
So then I got skated 2 miles.
You skated 2 miles round trip.
No, 2 miles one way.
No.
From Brea to La Cienega.
Oh, it's on La Cienega. Yeah,
Remember
you're
the Beverly
right.
connection?
Yeah, okay. It's a Beverly connection. I got my geography confused. Yes, it's
my
2
God.
miles.
Oh my God.
So you skated
Anybody?
4 miles. That's why I took the bus occasionally.
But I got off at 1. I got there at 5. I got off at 1, and I would sleep for a little while and then go to band rehearsal.
It was the perfect gig for you.
It was, because I had free coffee, free food. I banged some of the girls I worked with, including a Spanish girl named Esperanza, who was super
I think I remember her.
I think you banged her too.
And also, here's a fun fact about
Fun
that.
fact.
About that.
Starbucks fun fact.
About that particular Starbucks. The inventor of the Frappuccino was he your manager?
He was my manager. Correct. You are correct. Yes.
And
you are correct.
That was pre-Frappuccino, which really launched Starbucks.
No, he invented it. I can't remember his
yeah.
name. His name was like Craig or something. He invented the Frappuccino, gave the recipe to the Starbucks brass, and said, "This is a really fun drink. I think it's going to do well." And they said, "Yeah, it's going to do well. Here's $5,000." And he was fucking stoked.
He was stoked, yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, I got $5,000."
That's like 20 grand in today's money.
Well, he skipped out on not saying, "I'll take the $5,000, but why don't you give me a 0.5% of sales in perpetuity?"
You should have been his manager.
1/2. Shit, 1/4.
Fuck, dude. How much?
1/8.
How much money has Starbucks made off of the Frappuccino? Which probably contributes
billions?
Probably billions.
Billions.
Also contributing to diabetes and obesity in America.
Ding, ding, ding. We got a great show. We got Olga from Toy Dolls on the show. Toy Dolls are one of these amazing old school UK punk rock bands. Very fun. They're like the English Dickies. They're like tongue-in-cheek, great songs, incredible song writing, great musicianship. And Olga has been a big part of that band for a long time. ToyDolls.com is the name of the website where you go to find out about what they're up to. And if you haven't heard the Toy Dolls, I strongly recommend you go and listen to them right now. Catchy, upbeat, major key pop songs in a punk vibe, and very, very cool stuff. Part 1 of my chat with Olga from the Toy Dolls. At his Instagram is very, very weird to us. It's Michael Olga Algar. One whole word. At Michael Olga Algar.
Okay.
That's I don't know. I don't write it. That's what it is. Go check them out. Toy Dolls are doing some shows in 2021 and 2022, so definitely go and check them out. They had a huge hit with a song called Nelly the Elephant, and we'll get to that later in the show. I'd like to thank our very good friends at Ultimate Ears. If you're looking for the best in-ear technology, don't use the ones you get with your iPhone or your Samsung. They're crap. Just crap. Throw that shit in the garbage right away, or give it to just throw it in the trash. Use Ultimate Ears in-ears. They cost a little bit of money, but they are absolutely worth it. www.custom.ultimateears.com. Put the affiliate code DANGEROUS in the checkout, and they'll knock off 20%. As will our very good friends at Dr. Squash Soap Company. www.drsquash.com. Site-wide 10% discount with the code DSC. DSC. Dangerous. They'll knock off 10% off your order. We're going to talk a little bit later in the show about our good friends at Talkspace, but Masterclass, if you want to learn about just about anything at all, skateboarding, cooking, writing a song, playing piano, picking your nose is the masterclass for that, I'm sure. I mean, if you look deep, there's a masterclass to master picking your nose. 15% off your annual membership at masterclass.com. That's masterclass.com/Darren will knock off 15% off your annual membership. It's awesome. I've literally watched every one. I don't care how to cook a souffle, but I learned how to do it. Gordon Ramsay taught me how to cook a souffle, so now I know how to do that. You can literally fall down the rabbit hole once you're in. It's like YouTube, but way cooler. Again, masterclass.com/Darren. And thanks to our friends, as always, every week, Gringo Bandito, Hot Sauce, New Era Cap, Roland Electronics, iHeartMedia, Klipsch Audio, Vans, Tom's, SC Electronics, Merge Force Socks, Liquid Death, Oh, yeah. You haven't cracked it yet.
I do. Here we
Ready?
go.
1, 2, 3. Oh, that's good stuff. You have the Sparkling Hive Distill.
Murdering our thirst right now.
Oh, it's just the best. Liquid Death water. Liquid Death mountain water. The very best. Go out there and check it out. So there's a lot of bullshit going on in the world. A lot of bullshit news, TS. I want to start the show off with some good news. Some good heartwarming news.
A little PMA to start us off today.
Positive mental attitude. The New York Yankees, the storied franchise Yankees of New York, the Bronx Bombers. News coming out of New York. A 70-year-old Batgirl lives out her 60-year-old dream. Rejected by the Yankees at the age of 10 because she was a girl. Gwen Goldman finally got her major league moment 6 decades later. Gwen Goldman has adored the Yankees her whole life. Her favorite player was Hall of Fame outfielder Mickey Mantle. Her father used to take her to the games as a girl. Days she remembers now as a special time for the two of them to bond when she was away at camp each summer. He would include clippings from the New York Times in the letters that she would send to her to update her on the team. She applied to be a Batgirl for the team in a letter, but was rejected because she was a girl. So news of this got wind of the Steinbrenner family, and they were like, do you still want to come be a Batgirl for a game?
60 years later.
60 years later. She's 70 years of age.
News travels slow in New York.
So she's like, absolutely do I want to be a Batgirl. This is amazing. I had this dream my whole life. So they gave her the opportunity to be a Batgirl for a game at Yankee Stadium. And the smile on her face.
Oh, yeah. It says it all.
Infectious. She is just like giddy to be on field, talking to these Major League Baseball players, wearing the Yankee uniform, having her name, a number that's assigned to her. I mean, what a heartwarming story that is. Just so nice.
Yeah, Gwen smiling ear to ear as the Yankees bat person.
Bat person?
And,
or Batgirl.
Batgirl, I don't know, man. But damn, dude, this is amazing. Finally, after 60 years, her dream has come true.
And she also got to throw out the first pitch of the game. Wearing her jersey, her pants, her socks. She got to wear the pinstripes, the hat. And she had some good form. If you look at the pictures of her throwing the first pitch, it's good form.
It is. Lifelong fan of baseball.
So cool.
When are we going to be bat boys for the Dodgers?
That's
the real question here.
I think you can't be the bat boy for the Dodgers, TS, because you're a douche.
What? What? I thought you were going to give me a legitimate reason.
No, that's a legitimate reason. I can do it. I'm not a douche.
Well, that's debatable.
But I can say, all right, that's pretty good. But I'll say, look, if you want me, you got to have TS.
Yeah, we'll go out there.
You take left field, I'll take right.
Yeah,
and
we'll be like 0 and 00.
000. 3 zeros. We'll make it happen. So good for Gwen and good for the New York Yankees, because this is a heartwarming story and we need more of these right now in the world. We really, really do. And before we get to our interview with Olga from the Toy Dolls, really quick, TS, I want to touch on how happy this news made me feel. New York City prosecutors have charged the Trump Organization, Trump Payroll Corp., and Chief Financial Officer Alan Weiselberg with more than a dozen federal and felony tax charges. This is just the first shoe to drop. More to come. The
investigation is ongoing into the Trump Organization and his financial doings in the state of New York.
Now, if you're listening and you are like a huge Trump guy, that's fine. Believe whatever you want to believe. But no other president has had this much criminal activity attached to his name than Donald Trump. His cabinet all went to prison. He pardoned them all like a douche, like a fucker. But that happened. And now this. And there's more to come. There's going to be bigger shoes to drop in the coming weeks and the coming months attached to the Trump Organization and his Trump Payroll Corporation. It's coming. And I couldn't be happier because it gets the federal investigators just that much more closer to his douchey kids and to the man himself. Oh, by the way, did you see the footage of the Ohio rally where he was rambling for 90 minutes and people left?
No.
Dude, this is a video. He's rambling. He's going on and on and on. Blah, blah, blah. I won the election. Can you believe Obama? Can you believe Biden? Blah, 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 blah. Cognitive test this. He's going on and on and on. And then people were leaving. And there's people videotaping people leaving. And they're like, what? Trump's talking. Why are you leaving? Like, they're leaving by, I'm talking about hundreds. It's just the thinner and thinner. The crowd's getting thinner and thinner. And why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? He's like, well, it's getting late.
It's getting late. He doesn't make any sense anymore.
Some people said, well, he's just going in circles.
Well,
and they're wearing Trump shirts and Make America Great Again hats. And they're like, who's talking in circles? Like, he's losing his base.
Well, have you seen the video of Don Jr.'s fucking cocaine-fueled ramble? Oh, my God. It is priceless.
At that rally?
No, he's on like at his home, and he's doing like
Fox News or some shit.
I don't know if it was on a news channel or if he just posted this. It was like his own video. Like he just posted. He was like in his bedroom and had the camera on.
Are you sure you weren't watching Donald Trump Jr. talk or Scarface at the end when he's like, "I'll take you all to fucking hell"? Was it this?
It was very similar.
Was it that? Like,
it's very similar.
Say hello to my little friend, like, because you know he did a bunch of coke before that, before he died.
Yeah.
Scarface. Like,
yes.
Was it that you were watching, or
I'm confused. I'm pretty sure it was Don Jr. because there was no office with a pile of cocaine. It was
no guys with machine guns.
Yeah, there was no machine guns. It was Donnie Jr. on an alleged cocaine-fueled rampage about his dad.
Just
and it
look
made
at his
no
eyes.
Fucking sense, dude. The dude was on a good one for sure.
Oh my God, this is just embarrassing. And I saw this coming to us. We saw this coming in 16. We did. I saw it coming. And I'm like to someone in my very close family, what are you doing? Well, Darren, you're going to give him a fucking chance. Let's give him a fucking chance. Okay. All right. You're right. Let's give him a chance.
We gave him 4 years.
We gave him 4 terrible, terrible, terrible years. Let's move on to something more PMA.
Yeah. Back to the PMA.
Toy Dolls are a great band. ToyDolls.com is the website. Check them out. They are just so infectious and so good. Olga has been with the band for a long time. He's an incredible guitar player, great songwriter. Part 1 of my chat with Olga from the Toy Dolls on the Dangerous Darren Show. I'm joined here on the Dangerous Darren Show on Adobe Radio and the iHeart Media Network with a guy I've known for a couple of years now, Olga, the guitar player, singer, songwriter for legendary UK punk rock band, the Toy Dolls. ToyDolls.com for what they're up to in the year 2021 and beyond. Olga, thanks for coming on. We've tried hard to connect, and here we are.
Hi, Darren. I'm not sure about legendary Toy Dolls, but the Toy Dolls anyway.
Oh, I mean, I think a lot of people that know punk rock or know music in general that have a deep found respect for it would look at the Toy Dolls discography and history in the genre, or this just history in music in general, and say, yeah, they've been doing it long enough to be considered legends.
Yeah, well, we did get mentioned in one Russian newspaper as punk rock fossils. So there you go.
I want to talk to you a little bit about a couple of things, but right off the bat, COVID. I know we've been going through a really tough stretch here as musicians, as touring and performing musicians. What have you done in the calendar year 2020? Have you put together?
Well, there isn't any kind of government support here for musicians, so obviously we haven't got any money. But by the by, I think most of the time we've just spent writing stuff and getting prepared for the new album and things like that. I mean, the people in the band, they live all over Europe, so it's really difficult to get together. So we can't do any rehearsals. Mm-hmm. So I think you just have to accept the fact it's part of life now as well, instead of trying to fight it. We're not doing any COVID-related songs though, because I think that's going to be saturated, the market, with COVID songs. So not doing anything like that. But we're definitely using the time to write. That's all you can do, and just accept it. Because it's like a flu bug. It's not something we can fight, and it's going to be over. It's going to be with us for forever, probably. Unfortunately.
What's the update in the United Kingdom or the rest of Europe? What's 2021 looking like? Are you looking like there might be any shows at all for the band, or any band for that
No,
matter?
more and more shows are getting postponed to 2022. The problem is because we do most of our shows in Central Europe, and every country, France, Germany, Sweden, or wherever, they've all got their own restrictions and their own rules. And like our crew and band live in different countries as well. And just because one country says, right, you can come here and perform, it doesn't mean that two members of the Toy Dolls crew can actually get there. And when you go back to your country, you've got to self-isolate. And in England, you've got to self-isolate at the minute in a hotel and pay $2,000 to stay in the hotel. So at the minute, and then we've got this problem with Brexit as well. So we've got to get all this kind of thing sorted out. 2021 looks very unlikely for us anyway.
Right.
But 2022 looks a bit more promising because the vaccination thing's quite quick here.
Yeah.
Which is about the only successful thing in England. I mean, we've got every single day they're saying, "Oh, there's 30 million vaccinated. We've got 126,000 deaths." It's just ridiculous, But they just brush that under the carpet. But yeah, I'm not proud to be British at the minute, anyway.
Right. I mean, I was there right before COVID hit. I was there in January in 2020. I went up to. My wife is from England. She's from Ipswich, so we went up.
Oh, right down there. Right. All right.
We went up to Ipswich and saw the family, and went down to London for a day. Had a fun day cruising around the city and doing some stuff, and going to some of my favorite pubs, which is Shakespeare's Head. I went
brilliant.
In Camden.
Yeah, England's great for pubs.
Barnaby Street. Carnaby
Street, yeah.
Went to Shakespeare's Head, and then COVID went crazy, and then we were in lockdown for a year. But here in the States, it's starting to loosen up. That people are getting vaccinated, and especially in California, it seems to be a little bit more open than the rest of the country.
Yeah, well, so you've had your jab already, have you?
I've had both of them.
You've had both of them?
I have.
No side effects?
Besides a really, really, really sore arm, no.
Yeah, well, right.
I know.
I had the first one. I haven't had the second one, but I had the sore arm. I was ill for a week, just with.
Yeah, you told me that. That sucks.
Yeah. So the second one's supposed to be even worse, but there you go.
Well, try to remain positive. Maybe you'll coast through it.
Well, yeah. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I'll remain negative, I hope.
Hey, Olga, I want to talk to me. When you look at the Toy Dolls and where they sit in punk rock history, and then you dive into the music and you listen to the songs, it's really clear right from the beginning, right from like 1980, when the band started to today, that is a thread, a very clear thread of comedy.
Yeah, well, yeah, we're trying not to call it comedy as such. We're trying to look at the brighter side of depressing situations, because lots of the songs are written from being in love and being rejected and all that kind of thing. But I think there's always a brighter, happier side. I don't think that you should live your life like that. I think it's just like 1.5 hours of escapism is good for you, But yeah, we don't. And that word "fun punk," we've never used that either. It's just we just call it the Toy Dolls music, actually, and it's just looking at the brighter side of depressing situations.
Yeah, fun. It's fun music. It's fun songs. The titles are fun. The lyrics are fun. The record is fun. It's something that kind of flew in the face of the original punk rock mantra, which was rebellion, oi, oi, oi.
Yeah, the fact is, we're a bunch of miserable bastards anyway. That's why we're looking. That's why we're looking on the other side of it. We come out, we perform like it's a performance. But we enjoy doing it, and everyone, when we first started, was like anti-government and the oi 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 thing and the political thing, and we thought, what's the point of just being another one of those bands? And with the voice that I've got, I can't sing properly anyway, so we decided to just go down that route,
Well, it worked. It definitely worked. You guys have carved out a niche, and also your guitar playing. You listen to those records, even from the first one on, like Groove Until Today. Dig That Groove Until Today, like episode 13 came out a couple of years ago. But you listen to the records all the way through. Your playing is on a very high level.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I mean,
And that is kind of uncommon in early punk rock bands.
well,
Any
yeah,
punk
I
rock,
mean,
for that matter, but nowadays it's a little more common. But back in the day, it was like you can't play, great, start a punk band. But you guys could
yeah,
all
well, that's
you
how
guys could all play.
that's how I become a singer. As soon as the Sex Pistols came along, all the barriers were knocked down. I thought, oh, maybe I can sing then. So it opened. It's like in art, it's completely different to music, because until the Sex Pistols thing came, you had to be pitch perfect and everything. Yet in art, there's impressionism and all kinds of stuff, you know. But in music, until the Sex Pistols came, then the barriers were knocked down and it was open. And I got away with singing or trying to sing for 40 years. So can you believe? But I'm not, I don't really like singing. I've never pretended to be a singer. Well, yeah, I have actually pretended to be a singer. But I am a guitar player, really.
Yeah, you're an amazing guitar player, and that's the
Well,
first
thank you very
thing
much.
I remember hearing back in the day when I first heard the band was like, God, these guys can play. Well, they're
No, I kind of, all right, kind of like a unique style. I mean, I went to school with other guitar players who were light years ahead of me, you know, and I thought I can't compete with them with all these 1,000 notes a minute, a second, and I kind of do it. So I just try to develop my own thing, you know.
yeah, it's almost like you're the Brian Setzer of punk rock. Your
I
your
think
solo
that's a good,
style, your chord
yeah, it's a
style,
nice
your
compliment.
chord
I mean,
progressions.
the most important thing for me is rhythm guitar. Yeah, rhythm guitar is the most important for me. Like I really like Wilco Johnson from Dr. Feelgood and the Pirates, an old English band who's mainly a rhythm kind of.
You talked about just a second ago, Olga, about having a career for 40 years and pretending to be a singer. Do you ever step back and just go, 40 years, Jesus Christ, what happened?
Yeah, a few times.
How did I get here?
Seriously, frequently. I do this nearly every day. I think 40 years. And it seems like 4 years, to be honest. It doesn't seem like 40 years. But I wouldn't change anything. You know,
Yeah.
not at all. I mean, I've really enjoyed, you know, because I left school when I was 13, almost 14, and then I worked for 1 year, then I finished, then I just started the band. So I'd rather do this than anything, to be honest. So I can't complain. I'm doing exactly what I want to do.
Where are you living right now? Where's home?
Sorry, I'm living in a place called St John's Wood, which is just beside Regent's Park in the centre of London.
Wow. What's London been like during the lockdown? It been hard to get around or get food or get supplies or have any sort of fun whatsoever?
You see, in London, it's different from like California. You don't need a car. You know, to have a car is a hindrance here. You can just walk. I mean, I step out my door and I've got like a restaurant like 10 meters away. There's the first restaurant. Then there's pub, restaurant, shops. So we can walk in 2 minutes to anywhere, really. And there's still thousands of people on the street. You know, a few more people wearing masks, but that's it.
I understand you lived in Japan for a spell, right?
Sorry, you're breaking up.
Yeah.
Sorry,
internet. I understand you lived in Japan for a while, right?
Hi, so this.
What
Yeah, I lived in the
was it Tokyo?
Yeah, right in the center of Tokyo.
What was that like?
Changed my life. I met my wife there. And when I first went there, I was living as if I was just like an English man, which I am, of course. You have to, like, I was avoiding all the food and everything like that and the language. Then after a bit, I just threw myself into it. And it's one of the best countries in the world, the nicest people.
Mm-hmm.
So proud, the people. And the food is the best. Even though I'm not a sushi fan, but everything else I love.
Yeah, like they actually do cook their food there. It's a misconception that people have about Japan.
They do occasionally.
Yeah, they do like the raw fish, but they do cook. They cook a lot of food. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really eat sushi in that. I mean, sometimes in the summertime I don't mind it, sashimi and that. But I prefer all the cooked stuff.
Yeah. your nickname in the band is Olga, and when you have other guys come into the band like Gary Fun and Bob Happy and Little Paul and Dave the Nut, or Dave, I think that was his name.
That's right.
It begs the question: was Gary Fun and was Bob Happy?
No, Happy Bob was another miserable swine, and that's why he got the name Happy Bob. And also, we changed his name to Happy Bob mainly because the roadie was called Fat Bob. And even though he wasn't that fat, he was slightly fatter than Happy Bob. But so we'll give them a name each. I think it's nice to have these names. It's like when people join the Harlem Globetrotters, they've got their own name, even though the members change.
Yeah, that's funny. And then I can only assume Paul was little and Dave was actually
he was tiny. Yeah, he was tiny. I mean, he would have been called Little Paul had he been huge or tiny, but he was really tiny.
That begs the question. I wonder why he's called Little Paul, but I'll leave that for another day.
There it is, part one of my chat with Olga. He plays guitar, writes songs for the band, the Toy Dolls. ToyDolls.com is the address. Check out what they're up to. Part two in a couple weeks. Gonna drink some more whiskey. What are we drinking, T.S.?
What is it? Hudson?
The Hudson, New York Hudson?
Yes.
I'm drinking the Hudson. You're drinking the Jefferson's whiskey.
Oh, yeah, I've got Jefferson. Jefferson on the rocks.
You've scaled up.
For sure.
I don't even know you anymore.
Cheers.
Cheers. We'll be right back.
iDopey Radio.
Welcome back to the Dangerous Darren Show featuring Mr. T.S. everybody!
Yeah! Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm feeling good, T.S.
I feel fantastic.
I am feeling good, and I'll tell you why. Because of the good folks at Talkspace, our very good friends over there at Talkspace have been taking very good care of us. But, personally for me, the pandemic was brutal. As a musician, as a songwriter, as a music executive working for labels, I lost my job, and I lost a lot of income from playing shows and working with producers and blah 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 blah. And it really got me into dumps. I drank a lot, and I was just bummed I didn't have any motivation. And then Talkspace comes into my life through this show and through iDopey Radio. And next thing you know, I'm talking to a therapist. I'm getting stuff off my chest. I'm working on the problems. I'm working on ways to better myself, better my life. And it's all because of my therapist at Talkspace. People say it's like no big deal. Get over it, move on. But the thing is, those no big deal moments, they add up. And it becomes a big deal. And you can feel better with a single message from Talkspace. They offer individual and couples therapy as well, in addition to medication prescription services. So if you need something from them, they will help you get the things and the tools you need and the medication you need to get better. They can set goals with your therapist and help you reach them and stay moving forward, to get progression going forward. Talkspace therapists help you develop tools to cope in any difficult times. Start feeling better with a single message. Match with a licensed therapist today when you go to Talkspace.com. Again, Talkspace.com. They'll knock off $100 off your first month with the promo code Darren. That's DARRIN. They'll knock off $100. It's a crazy good deal. That's $100 off when you use the code Darren, DARRIN, at Talkspace.com. They helped me, and they can absolutely help you. Check it out. It's definitely worth your time. Talkspace.com, code word Darren. Dive into it, have some fun, and recover. You know, T.S., why I haven't tried to have sex with you in several years?
Why is that?
Talkspace. As I said to my therapist, I'm like, I'm sexually attracted to my co-host.
Why wouldn't you be?
And he goes, oh, okay, well, yeah. Well, I saw a picture of him. He's got great hair and a nice beard. I'm like, well, I just want to fuck him in his butt. And he goes, well, you shouldn't. Or you should. He goes, do whatever you want.
That was the advice your therapist gave you?
That was not advice. I made that all up. Everyone's listening going, is that what the Talkspace guy said to you? Nope. That's all just stupid Darren.
That's why you're not a therapist.
Correct. At DangerousD_show on Twitter and on Instagram. Follow us. We'll follow you back at DangerousD_show. You can find TS on the gram at Burn Hollywood Burn. And I'm at Darren99 on Twitter and Darren Pfeiffer on Instagram. We got a little bit of weed news coming up. We got some music news coming up. We got music from the Toy Dolls. We got a bunch of silly shit coming up, TS. What do you want to go first?
Let's do some music news.
Oh, you wanted me to go first?
Yeah, I need to.
Should I play myself in?
Up. Play yourself in.
All right.
Let me play you in.
You're gonna play it?
Yeah.
Oh wow, this is gonna be great. Okay, you play a song. Play some chords, and I'll sing.
My finger is a little busted,
So is mine.
let's see if I can get a. How's this?
That's kind of a G.
Hold on.
That's kind of a C.
My finger. All right, let's try it out.
That's brutal. Okay, keep going. We got music news in the house. We got music news. It's in the house. Change chord. But if you need to know about weed news, you'll have to wait, because music news is next on the Dangerous Darren Show. Oh, there's a solo? Oh, don't break it. It's an expensive guitar.
Oh, sorry.
It's a hummingbird.
You should tune this fish.
Well, you just played the shit out of it.
It should have stayed in tune.
Not when a guy like you plays it. No.
Never had one lesson.
Ferris Bueller. The Lawrence Arms announced the first record in 6 years, a welcome tonic to life in lockdown, everybody. Chicago punks, the Lawrence Arms, have announced the release of their new record in 6 years. It's been a while for these guys. It's called Skeleton Coast. It'll be their 7th long play record. Will be released July 17th via the good folks at Epitaph Records. And it's a new record from Lawrence Arms. I'm really excited about this. They've been at it a long time. Descendants share a 50-second rare energy track called Like the Way I Know off their forthcoming album, Ninth and Walnut, due out on July 23rd via Epitaph Records. Check out Like the Way I Know, a 50-second punk rock classic from the band Descendants. And like I said last week, Punk Rock Karaoke released a cover of the Rancid's hit Ruby Soho, featuring Todd Morris on vocals. It's really good. Todd Morris from Offspring, H2O, Juliet and the Licks. He is a great guy and a very handsome fellow, by the way.
He is a handsome fellow.
I had to talk to my therapist about not hooking up with him, too.
I toured with him.
Did you hook up with him?
I did not. I did not.
We don't believe you. Check out that Rancid Ruby Soho featuring Todd Morris on all the Punk Rock Karaoke socials. And now it's time for Weed News.
Play me in, Maestro.
All right, this will be a lot better.
I don't know.
Actually, should I play it the way you played it? Like just loose chords?
Yeah.
Okay.
Play me in loose.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to put my fingers in some weird spots and hope it makes a chord.
As long as they're not in any weird spots
This
near
is
me.
not going to sound good. Okay, because I'm just putting my fingers on random frets.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe you're going to make a new chord. That is a new chord.
What's new and horrible?
That is a Z. That's a Z
chord. Okay, Z chord. This is the key of Z, and you're gonna have to sing it. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So come up with something in the key of Z.
Z.
You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
If you want weed news, then we got weed news. On Adobe Weed News. TS says the weed news.
Chord change.
If you love weed news, then you listen to Adobe Radio. for TSS's Weed News. Yeah.
I should finish with a solo, right?
You should. In the key of Z.
Oh my God.
Wow.
What have we become? What have we become?
Our music is unapologetic.
And awesome!
Oh, man. Today's weed
We were
news.
talking about Mexico last week.
We were talking about Mexico last week, but today's weed news is domestic weed news.
Okay.
It comes to us from the great state of Virginia.
The state that rhymes with fun.
What?
Like Regina in Canada.
Oh, Virginia.
Oh, come on. What's wrong with Regina?
Well, recently, Virginia becomes the next state to allow adult use cannabis.
Welcome aboard, Virginia.
Thank you, Virginia. Although the Commonwealth of Virginia becomes the first southern state to legalize cannabis for adult use, effective July 1st.
Wow.
But, you know, what does that mean to you? It's a little convoluted in Virginia. It turns out that it doesn't give you a free pass to actually smoke. Based on the law, you can grow it. You can gift it in private. Okay, you can share it with your friends.
Are you a grower, not a shower?
I am. True story. You can have an ounce or less in your possession if you're over 21. However, selling, buying, or driving with it will be illegal.
Sounds complicated.
It is complicated.
It's a start.
It's a start. I don't know who drafted this fucking law in Virginia. It's a start in the right direction, but they've got some things to figure out in Virginia. If you're found with more than an ounce, you will face a civil penalty of $25, which is really nothing.
So an ounce is a lot of plant. That's a lot of...
That's a good amount.
Flour.
It's like filling your average sandwich bag filled up.
That's an ounce?
Yeah.
I thought ounce was thicker and bigger.
No, it's about visually it's about the size of a sandwich bag
Okay.
filled up. Pretty fat sandwich.
Which is what you would call a Saturday afternoon.
Yes, exactly. And with a second offense, it could mean substance abuse or like education programs. I don't know what's really going on in Virginia. You guys, the South, for being the first state in the South, you're still, I don't know, you got it half right. And I'll keep you posted on what's going on in Virginia later on. Hopefully it evolves into something more sensible. Adults of age 21 or older will be allowed to grow up to 4 plants in their household. So that Virginia soil, I would suggest growing gigantic trees.
What about West Virginia?
That
Where
is a different state, and they are not quite there yet.
It's all that coal.
All that. So that's what's happening in the weed news. If you want to check out extended cannabis news, you can tune in to Adobe Radio Mondays at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Pacific for the Cool Nerd Weed Show.
Oh, it's the way to go. Because Sasha's got red hair.
And she don't care.
She don't care. Let's get to some music from the Toy Dolls. They are known for this song. It's a cover, but it's their biggest hit. It's just so, so good. It's Nellie the Elephant. Toy Dolls on the Dangerous Darren Show.
To Bombay, a travelling circus came. They brought an intelligent elephant, and Nellie was her name. One dark night, she slipped her iron chain, and off she ran to Hindustan and was never seen again. Night by night, she danced to the circus band. When Nellie was leading the big parade, she looked for Nelly to perform. They taught her how to take a bow, and she took the crowd by storm.
That is music of the Toy Dolls, Nellie the Elephant. Of course, it's a cover song written in 1956 by a couple of guys for a children's show, but the Toy Dolls made it iconic. So good.
It is. It's a great song.
They'll be doing some rock and roll touring. Check them out on their website, toydolls.com, when you get a chance. Great band. Love these guys. Saw them at Coachella. It was the first time I saw them play several years ago.
I don't think I've ever seen them play.
So good. Great, great musicians. Every one of them. Just great players. But Olga leads the charge with his incredible guitar playing.
Absolutely.
So when they come back to town, we'll definitely go and hang out with them. Gonna take a short break. Gonna drink some more Jefferson's whiskey, some more Liquid Death, and have some fun. Hang tight.
Adobe Radio.
Welcome back to the Dangerous Darren Show, Adobe Radio at DangerousD_show, Twitter and Instagram. TS, what do you think of my bloody finger that I sliced up?
It was almost a bloody stump. You nearly sliced your fucking thumb off, man.
I fucking went hard into my thumb, slicing up some chicken for my dogs.
That's a deep gash.
Don't talk about my wife that way. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Happy birthday to Megan Rapinoe. She's that soccer player girl for the United States of America. She's cool as fuck. Has pink hair.
Oh, okay.
That girl.
Who she is, yeah.
Scored a bunch of goals.
Yeah.
She won a gold medal and got in Trump's face when Trump called her fucking some names. And she's like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
She's badass. Super badass. Nardwar, 53, the Canadian journalist. Wears all the plaid. Doot. And that guy, he's 53. RZA is 52.
I met the RZA.
You met the RZA?
Yeah.
When did you meet the RZA?
I did a show in Watts at a youth center.
Oh my God.
Back in the
Watts?
day, and Wu-Tang played. It was crazy. Shit was fucking crazy.
Oh my God. Was he cool?
No.
Oh, that sucks. And Shohei, I think I'm pronouncing his name, Shohei Ohtani, the pitcher for the Angels.
Yeah.
He is 27, and he's hitting balls out of the park.
He is on fire right now.
Great pitcher and a great hitter on a crappy team.
Yeah, I mean, so they put him in as like a pitch hitter. Otherwise, like the Angels are in the American League, so he doesn't need to hit.
No, he doesn't.
Which your argument against
the DH
or pro the DH is that pitchers shouldn't hit, but this guy's on fire and a pitcher. Why should he not hit?
Well, he should hit because he can hit the ball.
Yeah.
Speaking of baseball players, on this day, in 2002, Ted Williams passed away. Hall of Famer, the last baseball player to bat over 400 in a single season. He was a Boston Red Sox till the day he died. He was 84 years old. Ted Williams, Mr. Red Sox. There's a big statue out of him out in front of Fenway.
Really?
When you think of the Red Sox, you think of Ted Williams. I'm just saying.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
TS,
I believe you.
if you're in Pueblo, Colorado,
Pueblo.
Mm-hmm. It's illegal to do this. What can't you do?
Oh, what can't I do in Pueblo, Colorado? I don't know. Colorado's a pretty free state. You can do a lot of things.
Yeah.
You can smoke weed. You can have all kinds of guns.
It's funny you mention weeds.
But
In the city of Pueblo, Colorado, oh my God, I've been drinking too much. Pueblo, Colorado, it is illegal for a lawn owner to not cut, destroy, or remove weeds 10 inches or taller, including sunflowers and dandelions.
You should leave the sunflowers.
Yeah, because sunflowers is going to get bigger than 10 inches. I can't believe it's on the list. Sunflowers go like 10 feet, 8 feet. Like, they're huge.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's just,
who made this law? Who makes these laws?
Wacky people in these state councils, man. Wouldn't it be great to be part of like a city council in Pueblo, Colorado, or Toledo, Ohio, or Burlington, Vermont, and be like, I want to table a topic that's been bugging me. These dandelions and sunflowers and lawns have been getting out of control. We should pass legislation to control it. Yes, here. Let's go drink.
That's it. They're like, how big can a sunflower be? Yeah. No more than 10 inches.
Okay, done. Let's go drink. Let's go to Wild Wings, get some wings. Did you know, TS, that birds are those things that fly?
Never heard of them.
Yeah, they do. Crickets fly too, though. Did you know that birds need gravity to swallow?
Really? So a bird cannot swallow birdseed upside down?
No. Humans can swallow without gravity. We don't need it. We can just, your muscles bring the food down to the stomach.
Have you ever tried to eat upside down?
I have. It's hard. But you can do it because your muscles force the food down. Birds don't have that luxury. Oh, my God. And Urban Dictionary, before we get out of here, TS, what is back on my bullshit? It's a saying, I guess.
Back
with
on
the kids.
my bullshit.
What's back on my bullshit?
That's when you're back to your normal fucking bullshit, man.
No, you're on the right track. To be back on one's bullshit is to return to a state at which you were your truest and most vocal self, with a renewed focus on authenticity and decided lack of fucks given.
So we're always back on our bullshit.
Yeah, if you go OG, like, I don't give a fuck. I'm back on my bullshit.
Yeah.
Hey, TS, what do you think of that? Back on my bullshit. Leave me alone.
Authenticity.
So you don't give a fuck? Did you not hear me say I'm back on my bullshit?
Zero fucks given.
Zero fucks given. We'd like to thank Mr. Olga for being on the show. ToyDolls.com is the address. ToyDolls.com for what they are up to. Great punk rock band. Check them out when you get a chance. Or hit him up on his Instagram at Michael Olga Algar. One whole word. Michael Olga Algar. One whole word on Instagram. And next week we're going to get to part 2 of my interview with Danko Jones, Canadian rock and roller, here on the Dangerous Darren Show. We'd like to thank our good friends at Talkspace again. Thank you for your love. $100 off your first month at Talkspace.com with the code Darren. Check it out while you get a chance. And like I always say, TS, cheers, buddy. Somewhere in the world, it is happy hour.
Cheers.
Probably Uzbekistan. Yeah, Uzbekistan. And so long.
So long and good night. So long and good night.
Out of tune, thanks to TS's terrible guitar playing. Stay dry. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Black Rainbows. That is music from a band out of Toronto called the Black Rainbows and a song called Worth the Fall. Go out there and check it out wherever you consume digital music. Great punk rock from Canada called the Black Rainbows and a song called Worth the Fall. My name is Darren Pfeiffer. I'm 6'2", 235 pounds, brown hair, brown eyes, devastatingly handsome. That's what my mom says. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. It is the Dangerous Darren Show 255, July 27th, the year of our Lord, 2021. Jesus, age Christ, the Lord and Savior. If you're not saved, pick up a Bible and become saved. Some people take that seriously. I'm joking, though. I got a great show. Toy Doll singer Olga is on the show. Olga sings for a band called the Toy Dolls. ToyDolls.com is their website. Part 2 of my chat with Olga. Go to ToyDolls.com, like I just said, and check them out. They're doing some touring, and they are very, very cool. Old school punk rock with a little bit of a comic twist. And crazy good guitar playing, crazy good melodies, really catchy stuff, very comedic, very funny, thought-provoking at times, really good stuff from the Toy Dolls. Again, their website, toydolls.com, where you can check out Olga on Instagram at Michael Olga Algar, A-L-G-A-R, at Michael Olga Algar. It's a tough one. ToyDolls.com, all the information is there. Thanks to our very good friends at Ultimate Ears. If you are a musician, if you're a producer, if you tour a lot, if you just like really good sound and you don't want to use the crappy headphones that come with your phone, and I don't blame you, and you got a couple bucks because these aren't cheap, but you get what you pay for. www.custom.ultimateears.com. Ultimateears.com. Check them out. Do some shopping. Type in the affiliate code DANGEROUS on checkout, and they'll knock off 20% off your order. Again, the code DANGEROUS on checkout. They knock off 20% off your order, as our good friends at Dr. Squash Soap Company. www.drsquash.com is the website. drsquash.com. Go there, check it out, dive in, do some shopping, and use the code Darren99 on checkout, and they'll knock off 10% off your order with the code DARRIN. Darren99. They will knock off 10%. Violent Gentlemen just came on board the Dangerous Darren Show. Violent Gentlemen are a hockey-themed clothing company. They did use NHL logos, but they have a bunch of cool logos with the VG. Violent Gentlemen, love it. They came on the show. They're friends of ours now. ViolentGentleman.com is the website if you want to check out what they're up to. ViolentGentleman.com. Use the code Darren20, and they will knock off 20% off your entire order at violentgentleman.com. And our friends at Talkspace as well are still with the show. If you have issues, as we all do, and you want to get them off your chest, I strongly recommend you use Talkspace. I have, and it's helped me immensely. You go to Talkspace.com, you put in the code Darren, they'll knock off $100 off your first month. Again, Talkspace.com, the code Darren, DARRIN, and they will knock off $100 off your first month. And our friends over at Masterclass, if you want to learn how to do virtually anything at all, from cooking to skateboarding to writing a song to writing a novel to painting, you name it. If you want to do something, there's a class at masterclass.com from the world's masters. That's why it's called Masterclass. Masterclass.com/Darren. They'll knock off 15% off your annual membership while you learn how to do things. It's amazing. I have fallen down the rabbit hole at Masterclass many, many times. Again, the website, masterclass.com/Darren for all your discounts. 15% off the annual membership. And our good friends, as always, Gringo Bandito Hot Sauce, New Era Cap, Roland Electronics, iHeartMedia, Klipsch, Vans, Toms, SE Electronics, great microphones. They're so good. Merge Force socks, keep your feet nice and warm, and so many amazing designs. Merge Force socks, the very best. And our very good friends at Liquid Death Mountain Water. I have a sparkling. Crack that bitch open. Oh, that's good. I just murdered my thirst. At liquiddeath.com. Check it out when you get a chance. And in case you haven't noticed, everybody, TS is no longer on the show. He's no longer part of the Dangerous Darren Show. He unfortunately fell off a cliff and died on impact. I know, he's not here anymore. But the real truth is TS was a baby robin. And he was a little tiny baby robin, and he was squawking, and he wanted to learn how to do podcasting, and he wanted to learn how to, do this. So I brought him on board, and I gave him little worms, and I gave him little pieces of twigs and knowledge, and now he's a full-grown robin. And he said to me one day, he goes, "Hey, Darren, which in robin language means it's time for me to leave the show and spread my wings." And I cried like a good mother would, a baby, a robin mother. And I was like, TS, I went, which is like, oh, cool, that's fine. Yeah, I wish him nothing but the best in his endeavors. But we're going to be doing a different format as we move forward with the Dangerous Darren Show. We're on Adobe Radio. Hit us up on Twitter and on Instagram. It's easy at DangerousD_show. At DangerousD_show. Both Twitter and on Instagram. You can also follow us on Facebook. We're there as well. And I'm going to have a multitude of different guests coming on the show as we move on. I'm going to reformatting. I'm going to have a podcast, quote unquote, evening with some great guests I got coming up. I got Jane Weiland from the Go-Go's coming up. I got Smelly from NoFX coming up. I'm still working on Neil deGrasse Tyson, Cyndi Lauper, Danny Trejo. Some really good guests that are coming down the pipe. Tony Hawk wants to come back on and talk about what he's up to. He's at the Olympics right now. He's going to have a full update about that and what he's doing with Birdhouse Skateboards. But that's going to be more of like he does the whole show with me. I'm going to be asking him questions or ask these guys questions, but the format's going to be like an evening with Tony Hawk, a podcast with Jane Weiland from the Go-Go's, and so on and so forth. But again, I wish TS nothing but the best. But starting off the guest hosting procedure, or the guest hosting chapter of the Dangerous Darren Show, is my very good friend, Lesbian Dina.
Hi. I'm back.
Oh, come on. Give it up, everybody. Come on. There we go. There's always one. There's always one in the audience.
Yeah, there's always one.
It's good to see you, Lesbian Dina.
I miss you so much.
Do you really?
I do. I miss being on here.
Oh, I thought you meant something else.
Well,
because I was going to go to the bathroom real quick.
You would.
And come back.
You would, you dirty bird.
Yeah, I can't have it in my brain. you ever see something about Mary?
Yes.
You gotta unload the gun. Unload the gun. I'm glad you're here, Dina. You're a dear friend of mine. I love you very much. And
I love you too.
We're drinking Jefferson bourbon. Our good friends.
It's delicious.
Isn't it?
Yes.
It's the bomb. It's super good. Our good friends at Jefferson Bourbon sent me a nice package with a selection of their bourbons, and we've been drinking them before the show started. We're not drunk.
Not yet.
But we had a few, and they're very, very good.
I'm very close.
JeffersonBourbon.com. That is JeffersonBourbon.com, or on Instagram at Jefferson Bourbon. Today we're just drinking the regular Jefferson small batch, a blend of straight bourbon whiskey. We're going to be drinking the Oceans next week. And the week after that, it's going to be like Jefferson's month. We're going to be drinking the Jefferson's Reserve, which I haven't even cracked it open yet. Look at that.
That's so pretty.
Brand new bottle, beautiful bottle, very great Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey in small batches. And I can't wait to dive into that one. And then Oceans as well. JeffersonBourbon.com or at Jefferson Bourbon on Instagram. Dina.
Hi.
Thanks for coming on.
Hi. I miss you.
Hi. You got a pretty smile.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. They can't see though.
Well, maybe we'll put a picture up.
Okay, great.
Of your pretty smile. A lot of shit going on in, not just this podcast, but in the world. I almost called you TS.
I
hear that?
did.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's a habit.
That's okay.
Every time I say that, I'm gonna cut myself.
Don't do that.
Okay,
I wouldn't know what to do.
Really sharp knife.
I don't do well with blood.
Should I?
No. I don't
do
well with blood.
What about the palm? Just cut the palm a little bit.
No, thank you. No, thanks.
Fuck.
I wouldn't. I would just let you bleed.
No, there's no blood.
Okay.
But I did open the wound. Okay. Anyway,
I mean, that's normal. It's okay.
Yeah, it's hot to cut yourself. It's sexual.
That's not what I was saying.
Saying
TS.
Oh, TS is hot?
No. I said it's normal.
It's normal, to get to these habits, to get rid of these habits. Mm-hmm. But thank you for coming on. And the world has kind of gone sort of, not to shit, but we're going backwards a little bit because the COVID.
I think a few steps back, but I think it's going to get better. It'll get better.
I hope so. And I think that because the 95% or 98% of the people that are getting COVID, the Delta variant, are unvaccinated. Mm-hmm. So that's affecting people, not just the person that has COVID, but their families, their extended families, their extended families, their friends, etc. So I'm hoping that like they'll see their friend or their mom or their dad or their uncle or aunt or grandparents get COVID, and hopefully they don't die, but hopefully that changes their mind and say, okay, maybe we should get the vaccine, because we seem to be a little bit of the problem here. It's why this Delta variant is spreading, and now LA has to wear masks. But this is happening now. It's starting today, or yesterday rather.
Was it? I thought it was like a week or two ago.
No, LA was a week ago.
Oh, okay.
Or a week or 10 days ago. But now the rest of the country is looking what LA's doing and seeing some numbers go down and saying, well, maybe we should mask up. Mm-hmm. And you got Alabama's governor, who is fully right wing.
Alabama.
She is a right wing, not a nut job, but she's right wing, and she's come out and say, you know what? Looking at the math, it's non-vaccinated people. Get vaccinated, please, people in Alabama. You're seeing this happen in cities, in rural counties across America, in places like Louisiana, Wyoming, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida. Maybe not Ron DeSantis, because he's a total cunt. But there are places where these politicians are coming out and saying, okay, maybe we should get vaccinated. And it's gone as far, Dina, as Fox News. I never thought Fox News, like Sean
I don't even watch
Hannity
Fox News, so I don't even know.
Laura Ingraham, and I don't know about Tucker, because he's such a cocksucker. But others are coming out and going, okay, we look, maybe the math is right, maybe the science is right, and maybe it's a good idea to get vaccinated. And let me tell you something, everybody. I don't care what side of the political spectrum you're on. If you don't think for 1 second that every member of Fox News is vaccinated, you are wrong, because they are. And so was Donald Trump. And if you don't want to get it, that's fine. That's your right. But just know that it might, couple things. You might suffer some consequences in the future if you go into a restaurant, because these are private businesses.
Yeah, they
and
have
movie
the right
theaters,
to do that.
Bars. Can say, look, this is getting a little nutty. You need proof of vaccination. I have it on my phone. Dina, I'm going to show you right now.
Your proof of vaccination?
I do. Yeah, I went to Carbon Health, and they sent, and it's in my wallet. Mm-hmm. LA COVID-19 powered by Health Vana.
Wow.
Moderna USA. Blah 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 blah. It's got a little code. They can scan it so they can see it goes right back to the company. It's real.
Is the real deal.
It's happening. Yeah. So if you don't want to get vaccinated, again, it's your right. We live in a free country.
Yes.
But if you don't, you could, in the future, potentially not suffer, but find it harder to live a normal life.
Maybe. Yeah, but that will be up to them, right? Free choice.
And we're seeing
that's why we live in America.
Did you see the NFL news?
No.
This is huge news.
Me watch NFL.
Well, no, just it made not a game, but it made headline news, not just sports news.
Tell me it.
The NFL said a couple days ago, they said, if you don't want to get vaccinated, because there's a few, Cole Beasley from the Bills has been very vocal about not getting vaccinated. He said, I'll fucking retire.
Yeah.
There's a couple other guys. Deshaun, what's his name? The receiver, not Deshaun Watson. I can't remember his name, but there's a couple of high-profile cats that are like very vocal. I'm not getting it. I'll just retire. I'll just quit. The NFL said, okay, well, not addressing it to these guys, but just the NFL community and family and their teams at large. If you don't want to get vaccinated, that's fine. It's a free country. However, if you bring COVID into your dressing room and you have an outbreak in your team with the team officials, the coaches, some of the players, you forfeit that game that week. You get a W, or you get a loss automatically. You and your players and your staff don't get a paycheck. And you have to pay the other team's expenses.
Okay, well, that'll be up to them, sure.
And they get to win. So if you don't want to get it, that's cool. Good luck. If you get COVID and you bring it in the dressing room, you're going to make enemies real quick. So the issue is becoming, this is unfair. This is unfair. It's like, no, it's totally fair. If you don't want to get vaccinated, fine. Don't get vaccinated. But just know your decision has repercussions because of where we're going now with this COVID strain and the Delta variant, and there's a couple other variants that are coming up right behind it that could be gnarly. They can make the Delta variant look like a walk in the park. Who knows? All I know is just get vaccinated, people. You really should. Even if you don't love it, or you don't like the FDA approval, or you don't know what's in it, or you don't know the science, know this. They've been working on this RDNA, mRNA for 5 years. Obama started the process. Obama got the process started because he knew there was going to be a pandemic eventually. So he got the ball rolling. Trump gets credit for it because of Operation Warp Speed, but he didn't do a fucking thing.
How do you think they knew that it was coming?
Scientists have been predicting this for a long time, and Obama even had a panel, an office in the government with procedures, working with WHO, working with CDC to get stuff in places real quick when this pandemic was because there's precedent. It happened 100 years ago, and it can happen again, and it did. Trump came into office and wiped that out, shut it down, and said, "I'm saving the taxpayer money."
Yeah.
I like to consider that office pretty important. If a pandemic hit America, I'd want those guys to put stuff into action right away, same day. Instead, Trump and his ineptness, led to 600,000 people dying. So that's another kettle of fish. But just think about it. If you're like a hard liner and you're like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it, Darren. I like you, I like your show, but blah blah blah, I'm not doing it." That's fine and dandy. But again, just know that you could be. You could be getting roadblocks down the road when you want to try to live a normal life if this thing doesn't get squashed quick. And then we're seeing what's happened in the NFL. So just think about it. That's all I'm saying.
Just think about it.
Just take a second and go, well.
Just go with it.
Just do it.
Just go with it.
How many times have you had sex without a condom? Was it wise? Nope.
No.
Especially during AIDS, like in the 80s. Like, this girl could have AIDS. This guy could have AIDS. You did it anyway. How many times have you drove home drunk in your car? I mean, I'm not a couple drinks. I'm like drunk. I can count like 5 times that in my life that I drove home annihilated, like puking out the window and driving.
That's terrible.
I know. It's dumb.
Terrible,
but then I grew up and it was like, okay, I guess I can't. I should not drive drunk. It's super stupid. Condoms, absolutely, 100%. Got to wear condoms.
100.
But yeah,
there's always a little Russian roulette somewhere.
I don't really want to wear my seatbelt when I get into the car. I find it's
annoying.
It's annoying. It doesn't feel right, but I have to because it's going to save my life, and it's kind of the law. So all I'm saying is think about it. We'd like to tell you fine people about a thing called Amazon Music. Since you're listening to the show, I think it's safe to say that you love listening to podcasts, right? Well, you'll find a ton of binge-worthy shows and podcasts, including ours, on Amazon Music. It's got about 10 million free podcast episodes there to listen to, so it'll keep you busy for a little while. Amazon Music isn't just podcasts. They have thousands of music stations and top playlists for you to stream for free. No matter what you're listening to, you can go hands-free with Alexa. If you're like me and you want your music on demand and you want it ad-free, you can try Amazon Music Unlimited. This is what I've been using, everybody. Amazon Music Unlimited gives you unlimited access to over 75 million songs. I thought I had a lot on my playlist, but it's nowhere near 75 million, as well as podcasts, music videos, and much, much more. With Amazon Music Unlimited, you can listen to any song, anywhere, offline with unlimited skips. Like I said, I've been using Amazon Music Unlimited in my car. We listen to it when I take a shower. I'm like a 20-minute shower guy too, Dina. Like I take long showers.
That's long for a dude.
That's what she said.
That's
but you take long showers, you can listen to Amazon Music Unlimited. Tons of podcasts and music and playlists. I listen on the road and I'm driving. It is amazing. If you've never tried Amazon Music Unlimited, and you should because it's amazing, now is a very great time to do this. For a limited time, new customers can try Amazon Music Unlimited free for 30 days. No credit card is required. Just go to amazon.com/Darren. That is amazon.com/Darren, Darrin, to try Amazon Music Unlimited free for 30 days. Again, amazonmusic.com/Darren. Renews automatically. Cancel anytime and terms apply. So here it is, my chat with Olga from Toy Dolls. ToyDolls.com is the website. Olga has been in this band for a long time, and he's an amazing songwriter and even better guitar player. Part 2 of my chat with Olga from the Toy Dolls on the Dangerous Darren Show.
Episode 13 came out, and I believe it was 2019. And so what's around there. So what's the plan for the next Toy Dolls record? Is there anything slated or a date set?
Not date set. The good thing is about not being in the public eye and being like commercially successful and have a new album. We can take as long as we like. you know, because sometimes the longer you wait, the actually more the sell. In this instance, not for people in mainstream, but for this, it's fine. But I'm up to about the 4th song now. So you need about 12 or 13 songs for an album. So it's going to be the end of next year.
Okay. That's good. Something to look forward to. I mean, that's not too far off from 19, 2019.
I mean, I could write one tonight, but it'll be rubbish. I mean, it probably still will be rubbish in 2 years, but I think, I want to take some pride in what I do.
Yeah.
So, and we all live all over Europe, so to get together to do rehearsals is more difficult now as well.
Right. Some of the songs that are written in haste are written quickly are sometimes the best.
Oh, yeah.
You lower your guard. Golfers sometimes say, when I don't think about it, I just walk up and hit the ball. I hit it straight and 300 yards down the fairway. When I think about it, it goes over to the side. Sometimes
it took forever with the song and it's turned out really nice. Sometimes I took the longest over a song and it's actually got scrapped because it's so crap. But that's the way it is. And sometimes it's written in 2 minutes and it's fantastic. Sometimes it's not. It depends.
How do you compare your songwriting now with a great studio you have in your house? It looks like beautiful equipment, really comfortable, to when it was like the 80s or the 90s. Was it a little more difficult then to get stuff down on tape versus today?
Actually, I've been using a cassette recorder to write for many, many years, only till recently. And I've got the whole
Tascam 4-track.
No, it was a 1-track, just a cassette recorder, with a handle on the top. I used that till last year.
Like you press record and you're talking to the mic.
Exactly. But the thing is now, with the home studio, I use it when I'm starting to write just as a big cassette recorder. I will turn the click track off because I'm restricted with the tempo. I don't want to be restricted. So I'll turn that off and I'll fish around for a song. And once I've got the chorus, then I'll start putting the click track on and start building it up in Logic or Pro Tools or whatever. And for making the real record, I'll record the guitars here. It's easier just to record the guitars here because I've got the same equipment. It's what they've got in the studio anyway. And I've got more time here. And I think next time I might do all the vocals here as well. All the lead vocals anyway. Kind of do the backing vocals because you need a crowd of people.
Do you record guitar and bass with an actual cabinet, or do you use a plug-in so your neighbors have a little mercy?
No. I actually record the demos and the real thing with the real amplifier. But I've got a Marshall JCM 800 with 2 mics on. Boring. It's a 421 and an SM57 anyway on the microphones on the amp. But I've got a Continental like a duvet cover over the top of the speaker so the sound doesn't fly out. I mean, it's really, really dry. You don't get any room sound, but that's the sound I like anyway. Bass guitar, we used the last time on the episode 13, we recorded through like an Ampeg 8x10 and the SVT. And at the end of the day, we ended up just reamping and using the plugin. I mean, it's 2020 now, 21, and some of the plugins are actually better for bass guitar. I've never been able to use a guitar plugin, not for real.
I've
never found a one that sounds real, because when you overdrive like a preamp of a real amplifier, you've got this warmth and distortion, which you have in digital plugins, but it's a different kind of distortion. It's digital Z's, it's raspy. It's not the same.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I can't find the same. Maybe, maybe some people can't tell the difference, but and you play to the sound that you're hearing as well. So I'd rather play to the sound of the amplifier, to be honest.
And what about drums? Do you build the drums in MIDI, or do you have a program you use?
No, we use our real drummer for the drums, but I mean, we do use sometimes samples, underneath the snare or the kick drum. That's about it.
Right.
But I think everybody does that, don't they?
Yeah, I think they do for sure, especially nowadays. It's just faster and easier than miking up a kit and getting sounds and adding stuff and moving things around when the drummer misses this or misses that. It's just, I love it. I'm a drummer. I lay it down. All the punk rock karaoke videos I've been doing are all me.
Yeah.
I lay it down and I get in there and I move things around if I fuck something up. But I won't take a take unless it's perfect. It's got to be perfect with a capital P. And I know when I feel it. It's like, you know, when you lay a guitar track or a bass track down, when it's perfect, you're like, oh, that was great. I got it. And now I can move on.
Oh, I'm losing it.
You know, I like to keep takes as perfect as possible. That's just me.
Well, it's great.
Being a drummer.
That the drumming on that Buzzcock song is fantastic.
Oh yeah, it came out really, really well.
That came out really, really well. I was really, really surprised with it.
We're having a lot of fun. The guys are having a lot of fun. And speaking of the guys in punk rock karaoke, I know you and Stan Lee go way back, and you did a little stint with the Dickies for a little while, which makes total sense because the Dickies also have a sense of, you know, fun shows, fun songs, fun lyrics. So I guess you slide into that real nice. But you played bass with them, right?
Yeah, well, that's what that's my favorite instrument, really, bass guitar. That's how when I first started to play, that's the instrument I wanted to learn. But with the Dickies, I think I learned all the stuff from the records and the live gigs and that, like videos and things. And then they said, just do what you like, really. And then they said, if there's something you don't like, they'll tell me, you know. And sometimes I used to play things and think, oh, that's really good. And Stan would say, hey, I don't like that. But he would tell you, then I'll play something else, and he'd say, hey, keep that in, you know. But the excellent songs, the Dickies songs are some, I don't think they're going to be appreciated, the Dickies, until they're all dead. I think that's when they're going to get really appreciated, because Leonard he's just incredible. I've never known a singer like him.
Yeah, he really is incredible and a great songwriter. And him and Stan seem to have this energy that is hard to find in a band.
Yeah, I think, and you know, that was one of the best times in my life, actually touring with them, because the pressure was off. There was no like singing apart from the backing vocals. It wasn't like the Toy Dolls pressure where I'm like the leader and the singer and the guitar player and everything. Where then I was just the bass guitar player in a band which I've always loved. And it was the best few, it was about a whole year, I think I've done it for. We've done a couple of American tours and Japan and Europe a few times.
Wow.
I really enjoyed it. I would do it again.
Yeah, I sat in on drums for them for about 10 shows.
Oh, really?
And our drummer, Adam, was busy doing some other things. And Stan calls me and goes, you want to play drums? Learn the songs. They're really hard. And I'm like, well, thank God I'm really good.
But there are a lot of turns and stops and for a drummer.
A lot of rolls, a lot of snares.
A lot of rolls. Yeah, I noticed that. Yeah,
I love it. So I jumped in and nailed it, and it's just a blast. And the songs are like this, you know, you play it. It's like one after another.
Yeah, there's all of that, and it's all that 8-beat. So there's a lot of that going on as well.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it.
I know that you're in another band with your friend Lee Wright, Monkey Mind.
Yeah.
What's going on with Monkey Mind? Is there anything coming out in 21, or do we have to wait for 22 as well for that?
No, it's coming out in 21. We've signed to a Canadian record label.
Which one?
Yeah, trying to remember, because I'm just the bass guitar player. Like Lee's the main guy. People, something punk, something I forgot.
Oh, just text me.
Well,
I lived in Canada for a long time, and I think I know all the people there, all the players.
Yeah, well, I think because Lee's the main guy, he deals with everything. You know, it's 99% his baby, really. But he's got some good songs, really nice songs, actually.
Really good songs. How did you connect with Lee? How did you get in that band?
Well, we're both from the northeast of England, and it was connection with the Angelic Upstarts, who we used to play in up north, and I know them, and we're just like friends together. You know?
So it just kind of happened naturally. You guys met each other, and
yeah, well, we've known each other for about 20 years or something, and then Lee was looking for somebody to play bass on the songs that he'd done. And I said, well, I'll do it. You know,
I like to play bass.
Yeah,
I'll do it.
Yeah, but I think it's we haven't done actually anything. We've never done a rehearsal or live things because the drummer and Lee live, Martin and Lee live like 500 miles north of here, so it's almost impossible. But maybe in the future, maybe. But that record will be out this year.
Excellent. Looking forward to that for sure. Listen, Olga, I'll let you go, but I just want to say before I let you go that I've seen you play a number of times when you came to America. I think the last time I saw you play was at Coachella several years ago,
Right.
in one of the big tents. And when the Toy Dolls play, it's like being punched in the face, and it feels really good. And you don't want it to end. And I remember the feeling of when you guys walked off stage. I was really upset. I was like, I didn't want this to end. I was having so much fun watching your band play with the hits.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
And the fun you guys had, and the joking around and the jumping around, and it was a party on stage. And that is rare for bands. And you guys do it at a very high level, and you write songs at a very high level. So I'm looking forward to COVID and this nonsense being over with, and you guys getting a new record out, getting in a plane and flying to Los Angeles, playing a show with the Dickies. Maybe I'll be on drums. Who knows? But
you never know.
I think it'd be great. I think it'd be great to see you guys play again. It's been a long time, and I know a lot of fans are looking forward to it.
Thank you. Thanks for the compliments.
Thanks, Olga. Thanks for coming on. We'll talk again real soon.
Cheers, Darren. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Part 2 of my conversation with Olga from the Toy Dolls here on the Dangerous Darren Show. Hit them up on their website. Check it out. toydolls.com. Easy. toydolls.com. They're doing some shows coming up, so definitely check that out. And hit up Olga on his Instagram at Michael Olga Algar. It's a tricky one.
That
At Micah Olga Algar on Instagram. And again, toydolls.com. They are punk rock legends. UK punk rock legends.
Nice.
And you can hear the accent in the music.
You can?
You can hear his
That's
accent
usually very hard.
there, but they sing with a strong British
I need to
accent.
hear them.
You'll check it out on toydolls.com. I'm going to take a short break and have some more Jefferson whiskey and try to convince Dina to take her shirt off.
It won't happen.
It might,
It won't.
but it won't.
Nope.
Maybe it will.
Fuck you.
iDoby Radio.
Welcome back, party people, to the Dangerous Darren Show on iDoby Radio. We do thank you for tuning in. My name is Darren Pfeiffer. Yes, it is German, in case you were wondering. Pfeiffer is German. But I'm half Polish and half German. It's weird. Really weird. Weird mix.
That is a weird mix. Polish?
It's Polish and
I can
German.
see that.
I'm always invading myself. Ooh. Music news. You want to hear some music news?
Let's
Tina?
do it.
It's what's going on in the
Tell
world
me.
of music. I wish I had my guitar handy.
Oh,
I have
where is
I
it?
have my bass.
Oh,
My
bummer.
drums. I could tap on the. Nah, I'll just read the news. I should get a new song. It's been a while since I've had a music news thong. Thong. Did I say thong?
That's what I thought you
Did
said.
I say thong?
You did. Thong, 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 thong.
Cisco.
Jeez, remember it. Oh, shit.
Youth of today have been added to punk rock bowling. That means Gorilla Biscuits are out. Sadly, I was so excited to see Gorilla Biscuits, but now Youth of today are on punk rock bowling. September 24, 25, 26 in Las Vegas. Punk rock karaoke will be there. Gorilla Biscuits were expected to play Saturday that day in the afternoon. However, the band will no longer be appearing, with Youth of today taking their spot, playing Break Down the Walls and some other stuff as well. It's going to be a hoot. I haven't seen Youth of today in a long time, so I am super stoked. Staying on the New York City hardcore tip, Quicksand have released a single called Brushed. Quicksand have released a new song, and it is amazing. It is called Brushed, and it's off their upcoming album, Distant Populations, due out August 13th via Epitaph Records. And I was lucky enough to get a copy of it from my good friends at Epitaph Records, and it will blow your mind. New record, Distant Populations, out August 13th via Epitaph Records. The band will be touring the U.S. this fall, and I am pumped. If you haven't heard Quicksand, do yourself a favor and go check them out right now. I'll wait.
I'm really digging the word epitaph.
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 Yep.
I like it.
Epitaph.
Oh, with an F.
With a PH. Epitaph.
Oh, epitaph.
Is it
Okay.
epitaph?
I thought it was like TH.
Epitaph.
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 Either way, it sounds cool.
Epitaph would be what Mike Tyson would say if he wanted to say epitaph. Epitaph. Punk Rock Karaoke released another cover on their Corona Oki series. This time it's the Devo hit Uncontrollable Urge featuring Jose Maldonado from the Smiths and Morrissey cover band Sweet and Tender Hooligans on vocals, and it is blowing up the internet, Dina. Blowing up the internet. Devo even posted on it. Devo, the real Devo.
Should I know what Devo is?
Oh my God.
I know. Don't kill me.
You know what Devo is.
I'm sure I do.
You're from Portugal. They
I'm
don't
terrible with names.
They don't have music in Portugal.
They sure as hell have music from Portugal.
There's no music in Portugal.
I'm terrible with names. I need faces.
You know what the music in Portugal sounds like? That's what music in Portugal sounds like. You don't know Devo?
I'm sure I do. Give me a song.
Whip it
Oh,
good.
there you go. See, that's all you had to do. But I'm terrible with names.
Crack that whip. Yeah, the fastest slap.
Whip it good.
Whip it good. Yeah, it's Whip It. Well, they have another hit called Uncontrollable Urge, and Jose from Sweet and Tender Hooligans is singing on it, and it was blowing up the internet. Video is available on all Punk Rock Karaoke socials. Gonna play some music right now from the Toy Dolls. They are so good. I love this band. They put a record out way back called Dig That Groove, and here's that single, Dig That Groove. Music from the Toy Dolls on the Dangerous Darren Show. That is music of the Toy Dolls and a song called Dig That Groove. A record of the same name is out. You can go out there and pick it up wherever you consume digital music, or go to their website, toydolls.com, for what they're up to in 21 and 22. And hit up Olga on his Instagram as well, at Michael Olga Algard. Hit him up when you get a minute. Gonna take a short break and drink some more Jeffersons. We'll be right back.
IW Radio.
All right, I got a little song about TS, I think. Where did TS go? I don't know. He left the Dangerous Darren show. He has his own show on Adobe Radio, the cool Nerdweed show. He had to go, 'cause he's a whore, and that's okay, because he's gay. Like, not gay, homosexual gay, more like happy gay. Like, he's happy gay. And I'm happy for him. I want him to be happy, even though he's gone. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Welcome back to the Dangerous Darren Show on Adobe Radio. Thank you for tuning in every single Tuesday, 4 o'clock Pacific, 7 o'clock Eastern at DangerousD_show. Check it out. And also check out our friends at Ultimate Ears, Dr. Squash Soap Company, our new friends at Violent Gentleman Clothing, violentgentleman.com, Talkspace, and Masterclass, and of course, our very good friends over there at Amazon Music and Amazon Music Unlimited. 30 days free, no credit card needed at amazon.com/Darren.
Should be Dr. Snatch.
Dr. Snatch is probably a website. My computer went to sleep, but if it was open, I would look up Dr. Snatch.
Dr. Snatch.
I bet you $1,000 drsnatch.com has been taken.
Okay.
I thought about that early on, like taking domain names and just buying them and holding on to them.
I know so many people that actually do that.
And make money.
Yeah, because they're such great names, and if they're available, buy it and just sell it.
Wouldn't it be great to go back in time and like patent Coca-Cola.com or Pepsi.com or Xerox.com, Apple.com, Computer.com, fuck, whatever. Like all these great big, because these big companies would be like, what do you want for the domain name? $1 million.
Yeah.
$5 million.
Let's do that. We should start doing that.
Well,
we can.
But
we still can. They're still great names.
Like what? Like what's going to be the big Bitcoin.com? Like Dogecoin.com?
No.
LesbianDinaCoin.com?
Lesbian Dina.
We're onto something right there. Onto something. Hit Dina up on her Instagram. Dining.
Hit me up, people. Say hello.
With Dina. Happy birthday to A-Rod. Alex Rodriguez is 46.
Rodriguez.
I know I spelled it wrong on a cheat here. RODREIGEZ.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I have mental handicaps, and I'm also a drummer. He's 46. What a spaz that guy is, dude. He had J-Lo. He was like dating J-Lo and rocking J-Lo.
Wait. How do we know that J-Lo isn't a crazy bitch?
Oh, she probably is.
Yeah.
But then he cheated on her and got caught.
Yeah. She might be a pain in the fucking ass. She looks like a pain in the ass. She's
Dina,
a beautiful pain in the ass.
Don't be confused by the rocks that she's got. Okay, she's still Jenny from the block. Used to have a little. Now
I have a lot.
At least she knows where she comes from. Come on, I like J-Lo. See that commercial she's in where she's working out and she's the Goldie commercial?
No, I don't watch TV.
So
I don't have cable, man.
Maya Rudolph, SNL alum. She is 49.
Love her.
Me too. She's hilarious and she's pretty.
She's very pretty.
And I gotta get this guy's pronunciation right. Nicola Coster Waldau.
Who the hell is he?
He played Jaime Lannister on Game of Thrones.
Oh,
the good-looking guy.
Yeah.
He's the
Jaime Lannister, the blonde.
He was blonde. He was the knight. He was the He was brother to the sister.
Yeah.
And Jaime Lannister, Nicola Coster Waldau.
Nicolaj Coster Waldau.
He's a Dane. They got weird names. He is 51 and still handsome.
That is so handsome.
I would do him.
Yeah.
But only if he promised to never do his sister again.
Yeah, that was awkward.
That was really gross. It wasn't hot at all. Happy birthday. Celebrity death, 2003, Bob Hope, whose real name was Leslie Towns Hope.
No way.
English-born actor, comedian, and entertainer dies at 100. He lived to 100.
Good for him.
No shit. Went around, entertained the troops. He has a couple streets named for him in Burbank and an airport.
Yeah.
He is a very, very, very beloved American. I didn't know he was born in England, though. Became an American.
No.
Here's some history for you, Dina. On this day in history, 1949, July 27th, on this day, the first commercial jet mixed test flight The world's first jet-propelled airliner, the British de Havilland Comet, makes its maiden test flight in England. The jet engine would ultimately revolutionize the airtime industry, shrinking travel time in half by enabling planes to climb faster and fly higher.
That's amazing. 1949. What a time to be in.
Yeah, like the war just ended. We got these jet planes that can take you
That's
across the
amazing.
globe now. And
What's next? I always
before
think about,
that, if you wanted to go somewhere, you had to like get on a train and go on a train with long distances. But if you wanted to go overseas, you had to get on a boat.
Oh, good job, Darren.
That's my sister,
Marsha?
Heidi. I gotta give her a call because she wants tickets to the Green Day concert tomorrow or today.
In Canada?
Actually, no, in Atlanta.
Oh.
It's in Atlanta. That's where my sister lives, and she wants to get on the guest
Oh, I had
list.
no idea. I thought everybody was in Canada.
It's called the Hella. No, I'm from Buffalo, New York.
That's right. That is right.
The pride of Buffalo, New York. Darren Pfeiffer.
The shithole, as in my shithole of Belleville, New Jersey.
It is a shit. Well, no, I think Buffalo's more of a shithole
You think so?
than Jersey. I don't know.
You
That's
talk
not
so
true.
much shit about Jersey when I'm around.
It isn't just me. Oh my God. Should I FaceTime her right now?
Yeah. Do it.
No, I'll wait.
Okay.
I'll wait. Actually, I'll
It might be a long one.
All right. That's what she said. Heidi. Hi, bro. I'm doing a podcast.
You're right in the middle of it.
See, with Lesbian Dina.
Hi.
That's Lesbian Dina. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Lesbian. Ethan. This is the first time we've ever seen a real live lesbian?
Probably not.
It is. No, it's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Oh, my goodness.
Stepsister.
Heidi, you want to go to the show tomorrow, right? Or you want?
Yeah, well, we're just calling to find out if you can do anything. Don't worry about it if you can't. We got tickets.
Right. Let me get off the podcast and I'll get a hold of Weezer guys and I'll get back to you before the end of the day.
No problem.
Love you guys.
Bye.
Okay. Bye, lesbian friend.
Lesbian Dina. Bye bye.
Bye, guys.
That's not the first time I've taken calls from
Really?
my family on the
Oh
show.
my
Man, it's always
goodness.
my sister Heidi. She always knows instinctually when
She
I'm
knows.
doing a podcast. Yeah. I think that was the first time that my nephew Ethan saw a lesbian,
Oh, my goodness.
like in the wild.
Oh
like
my-
usually
yes, that's really
he
hard to
goes
come by.
That's true. He goes to the zoo and sees them in cages. It's hot.
You saw him blushing. That was really cute.
Oh my God, I love my laugh track. Oh my God. So yeah, the jet thing was really cool in 1949. That must have been wild news. Like just then.
Yeah.
You can get into
They're
it.
probably like, oh, this is crazy. This is never going to work.
Yeah, we're gonna die.
We're going to die in it. I still think I'm going to die in it.
Yeah, so that was the first time that the commercial jet was tested in July 27, 1949. It was only a year later, in 1950, that people complained about the peanuts.
Peanuts.
The peanuts that they gave out. The flight attendants give out peanuts. I tried to make a joke, and in my mind, it was funny.
That's not funny.
It
Darren.
was horrible.
It's terrible.
It was a horrible joke. But just imagine that. Like, imagine the trepidation people had about getting on planes.
Yeah.
Like,
I always
after
wonder.
the war was only 4 years old. It ended 4 or 5 years ago. Like, from that point, people were scared. And then a lot of people had money to travel across
Right,
oceans.
right.
And they were so used to being on boats.
Yeah.
You got to go to New York, got to get on a boat.
What do you think is next? What's next? That's what I always think about. Like,
Well,
what is next?
Supersonic jets are being developed, re-engineered, like the Concorde.
Yeah.
You know, when that was going on for a little while, it lost a lot of money because they didn't do it right. But
Yeah.
they're talking about supersonic jets that can get from New York to London in like 3 hours.
Amazing.
Bang, you're like across the planet.
mean,
and then the other thing is super fast trains, the speed trains, bullet trains, they call them in Japan.
Yeah.
You can get from Tokyo
So they
to
exist
Osaka
already.
in an hour and a half. Yeah. But they're talking about going faster,
Jesus
like
Christ.
twice as fast, and underground in a rail, like a self-contained rail, so it won't fall off the track.
As soon as you know
Top and
it,
bottom.
we're going to just like teleport.
That's the next step.
We're going to teleport.
Dina, I thought about this in the shower yesterday. I'm like, wouldn't it be great to like actually fucking just teleport to France?
Well, yeah. If you keep
and
going
have-
faster and faster and faster, like eventually that's what it's going to seem like.
But I thought about it. The science behind like teleporting, like in Star Trek, teleporting a person from a ship to a planet, or from this part of the planet to the other part of the planet, or in in Star Trek to other parts of the universe. that the science must be overwhelming again, because you got to take something like a human and you got to break down you got to memorize its structure, how it's put together, and then break it down, put it someplace. I don't know and then shoot it,
like,
and then
I don't know.
shoot it off to where it's got to go. Like in this case, let's say I want to go from LA to Paris to have lunch, have some crepes
Yeah.
or a baguette,
Some
with
steak and
soup,
frites.
with some soup, or whatever, and just and then eat my lunch in France, and then come back into a tube or into
That
the
was a good sound.
That was my vagina.
Oh,
and
okay.
then right back to Los Angeles, and you come into this little energize, and then you're back to normal, and everything's normal, and put
Yeah.
where it needs to go, and even the clothes you're wearing.
Will we live to see that? Probably not, but maybe
No.
But maybe my son. Maybe.
Probably not.
Probably not even.
No, but if it does, he'll be really old.
He'll be really old. Maybe his kids.
Maybe. I mean, God, I'd like to think that science can evolve.
It keeps getting faster
to
and faster though, so I don't know.
It's exponential.
We might.
Yeah. Would that be cool?
Yes.
It would
Totally.
It would pretty much put the car industry out of business.
I know.
And planes out of business, because if you want to move food from one spot to another, just put it in a thing and shoot it over. If you want to go to Australia,
Yeah.
you pack a bag, you put the bag.
That's why
in
I've never been there, because it takes so fucking long to fly.
Australia?
Yeah.
I love Australia.
I'm
But I'm
sure.
going to bag on Australia. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I like Australia. Sydney's beautiful. Melbourne's beautiful. Brisbane, Perth. There's some great spots in Australia. But it's a long flight.
It's so
18
long.
hours
I
or
don't do
something
well
like
on
that.
flights. I don't do well on long flights.
But there's you land in Sydney or in Brisbane or in Melbourne, and you don't feel any culture shock at all.
Really?
I mean, again, I love the continent. I love the country. Great people, great food, good people, great beer. And of course,
I'm
huge
sure you'd have to drive out to see
music
that.
fans, great music fans in
Yeah.
these cities. But there's just really, you don't feel overwhelmed. Like when you land in London, like, wow, we're in London. Tokyo, holy shit, we're in Japan. If anywhere else in the world you land, Italy, you land in Milan, you're like, geez, this is Rome. Like you're just hit with the culture. We're in Australia,
nothing?
you land and you land in Brisbane and you look around and go, this is San Diego.
Really?
What's going on here? And they're like, what do you got to eat? And they're like, we got
Interesting.
hamburgers and fries. Like, oh, cool. We got those in America too.
That's great.
They talk money. They're right on the wrong side of the road. They drink way too much beer, and just great people, great shows. But yeah, if you want culture, you're not going to get a lot of it in Australia.
Got it. Well, good to know. I mean, eventually
You
I'll
should
get
still
there.
go.
I
You
should
still-
still,
it's a beautiful country.
I'm just gonna have to be knocked the fuck out.
You take some Xanax. Cheryl took some Xanax on her flight home to Buffalo
I'm
for
gonna
my
have to take a
mom's
couple
birthday.
of those.
She was looped.
Yeah. Yeah.
She landed.
I'm gonna
and
take a few.
I thought it wore off. I'm like, hey Cheryl, what's going on? She's like, there's a thing in, just, what? And I'm like,
That's how I want to be.
you're still-
I want to be like that.
You're still loopy on your drugs.
Oh, you
Because
took total advantage, you little bitch.
I did not.
You little bitch.
I absolutely did not take advantage.
Lies and fantasies.
I
Mostly
didn't.
lies.
I thought about it on the plane. Hey, the stewardess said I got to put my finger there. I'm just following the rules. Don't kill the messenger. We'd like to thank Olga for being on the show. Toy Dolls, guitar player, singer, songwriter. ToyDolls.com is the address if you want to check out what they're up to this year and beyond. Again, ToyDolls.com. And hit Michael up on his Instagram at Michael Olga Algar. That is at Michael Olga Algar. And also thanks to our good friends, our new friends at Amazon Music. Amazon.com/Darren. Try it for free for 30 days. And like I always say, Dina, somewhere in the world, people are drinking Jefferson bourbon. Cheers.
Cheers, baby.